Hello everyone, it's been a while. I haven't made a YouTube video in ages, and this is kind of what this video is about. It's about opening my new Sony A7 IV, which I've had sitting in this box since it was released and sent to me, and I haven't opened it yet. Why? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video during the unboxing. Is I've been waiting for the perfect moment to do an unboxing, figure out how to make it cool, how to light it, waiting for the right moment to film everything. And then almost a month has passed now. So now it's just been sitting in my room and I see it every day and I want to open it. I want to open up my new camera, and it's been holding me back, trying to wait for the right moment to do this video. To film, some kind of cinematic slow motion of me cutting it open and lighting it a certain way, and realistically, I just haven't been able to put that together. Been quite busy, and then, after a while I just wouldn't ever open this box. It would just sit there for ages. So I decided today, screw it, I'm just gonna open it, not make a big deal out of it. So while doing the unboxing, I did want to just talk about also some of the things that have been holding me back from making more YouTube videos. This being one of them, always waiting for the right moment to film, the right setting, waiting to get lights or something like that. And then you just end up waiting forever. So instead, let's just get into it. All right. It's actually fairly well sealed, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it this way. Now I got the camera from Adorama. Ordered it over the holidays, right when the camera was released. I racked my brain for days deciding on if I should get this new Sony A7 IV. I've been rocking the A6300 for 4 years now, and it's been phenomenal. I've done plenty of professional work on the A6300. I've been sailing for 6 years around the Mediterranean, shooting content and videos and photos, working with tourism boards with that, and I've never really had the budget to get one of the high-end cameras. So I decided to finally do a little splurging. Look, hold that thought. Alright, enough with the bubble wrap. I'm looking at my new camera finally, and I'm really excited. So yeah, I've used my 6300 for years now in different settings all over the world. I knew it was time to upgrade. I knew there was certain features that I wanted, that I had to have if I want to start shooting at the level that I want to reach. And I also need a hybrid camera because I love photography. But I also love shooting videos, and now I'm shooting more videos for people, but photography still is a part of my creative process. One of my favorite ways to just go out and just get creative, unplanned, wander around. So I wanted a camera that would meet both of those, and the 6300 has been great. Shoots 4K video and great super slow motion as well, but the autofocus definitely needs some work. Also, years getting splashed with salt water and dust and taken on adventures for the past, I'd say 5 years maybe. Still shoots fine. Last summer I went out and shot with it, but it was time for an upgrade. And then I finally upgraded it, and you're gonna see it in a minute, and you've seen a million other videos unboxing and whatnot. So this video is not necessarily just an unboxing. It's like I've been waiting to look at this camera for weeks now because I've been waiting for that right moment to do this. And here it is. New Sony A7 IV. Now, I'm super stoked about this. I love technology. I love getting the latest and greatest, but oftentimes I don't have the money for it. And I didn't really have the money offhand for this. To be fully honest with you, I will never tell someone to get the latest and greatest if they just want to start shooting and creating. I absolutely love my Canon, wow, I just had a complete brain fart. Canon AE1 program. I love shooting film, and it helps slow down the process as well, and it's just a $100 film camera from the 80s, so you know, technology isn't always what it's about, but I do love technology and reading about the latest ones and kind of envisioning, if I did have it, what would I do with it? And then we get to these points where I do have enough technology to shoot YouTube videos. You don't need a whole lot. Your phone, GoPro, whatever it is. And still I have this crippling anxiety about waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the perfect setting, executing my ideas in the perfect way to the point where I end up just self-sabotaging all the time. I plan out these videos in my head, and I go through how perfect it's gonna be, what I should wear, how I look, should I shave, and instead I just never actually create them. I never actually shoot them. Something I struggle with on Instagram as well, and other platforms that are social. You know, you see other people's work getting a lot of attention, and sometimes you put up something that you're super proud of, or something that you're like, okay, I've been waiting to do this and I finally have done it, and then you just don't do it because of that anxiety of, oh well, maybe it's not going to be good enough, or maybe it's just not perfect, so I'm not going to post it. And that's kind of why I haven't done a whole lot of YouTube. You know, I'm always kind of like, oh, maybe I'll wait till I get a better camera or a lighting setup. You know, I'm just using natural light right now, and this is an impromptu video, no script as well. But maybe I should script it out. Maybe I should put everything together in a kit. Maybe I should wait until I can have my own studio room to deck it out and make it super high tech and super visually appealing to do videos. And you know, for years now I've been wanting to get more into YouTube, and because of all those thoughts that go through my head and insecurities and seeking perfection, it's actually prevented me from actually making videos or oftentimes posting on Instagram. When you're constantly comparing yourselves to others, when you're also waiting for the right moment, there is never a right moment. Sometimes you just gotta dive in and go for it. And you know, that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to unbox this finally. I waited for my roommates to leave so I could film this video, because I am also self-conscious about being in front of the camera, but also self-conscious about recording in front of people as well. So these are all things that, you know, I've wanted to do for so long, but I let my insecurities hold me back. And this time, I'm not letting it hold me back. So yeah, here it is. And I'm gonna unbox the rest of the video, and I'll keep blabbing about, because this is kind of also a little bit of a therapy video for me. You know, realizing some of the things that hold me back. Maybe there's some things that hold you back as well. And, you know, just making this moment the right moment to do this, not the perfect moment. So, all of you have probably seen a million unboxings. And also, funnily enough, there's that channel, Unbox Therapy, I believe it's called. But this is kind of an unboxing therapy for myself. This feels so good. Yeah. I'm smelling my camera right now. It does, you know, smell brand spanking new. Every time I saw this orange ring on people's cameras, I always had a lot of envy. You know, I always was like, oh, one day I'm gonna get top of the line camera. I'm gonna get that orange ring. So when you see it, just like, also I guess I felt a little bit like, oh, I'm not that good yet. Even though I've had some of my photos published, I've had a lot of work done with various different tours and boards and companies all over the world, I still am quite judgy of myself. And it's weird, because you see other people's camera and gear and you're like, wow, they must be top notch, you know, they must be rocking it if they have that. So it's very strange to hold a premium camera that I've been wanting for a long time, to move up to full frame as well. Not that full frame matters.
What did you say? You heard me.
Of course it matters to a certain extent technically, but you know, it doesn't matter in the creative process. I make these things matter, and maybe some of you will make those things matter as well. And it's one of those things that holds you back too, you know. Maybe I should wait until I get a better camera to make a photo book instead of publishing 8 years of travel photos that might be slightly lower resolution. Anyways, here it is. It feels phenomenal. The build quality is really lovely. One of the main features that I wanted is this flipped screen, just because I'm recording on my A7300 right now, and I actually have to get up and check to make sure that it's filming still, that the battery hasn't died, that I might be still in focus, you know, all of that jazz. So it's really nice to actually hold and see. Also, that camera, the A6300, all the grip is kind of rubbing away on it. The finish is kind of rubbed away as well, so it is strange to hold a brand spanking new camera. It's not as heavy as I thought it would be either. Of course, it has no lens on it, but I did get a couple goodies for this. I will say I did already order an extra battery, and these batteries are hefty compared to the A6300. I don't think anyone's talked about the weight of these, but like, these feel heavy compared to the other ones. I know the capacity is better, so I'm gonna have two for now, just because I read so many stories about off-market batteries, which I would normally purchase, just because you know, I like to save money where I can. We're actually getting an error message on the camera saying that it wasn't compatible. So I don't know if that's a software thing that Sony's trying to, you know, prevent some off-market batteries and other additions to these cameras, which would be a shame because, you know, not everyone can afford you know, these high-end cameras, even though this is kind of considered, I guess, entry-level professional hybrid camera. You know, in the grand scheme of things, this is big for me, you know. I'll be fully honest, I didn't buy this outright. I actually financed it. So my way of buying things, I don't have a whole lot of things. I live out of a backpack for the most part. I'm staying with my friends in Rhode Island right now, who are kind enough to host me, kind of wintering it here. It's quite cold. We just had a snowstorm and everything. And you know, I don't always like buy the most expensive things. I love secondhand clothing stores and whatnot. When it does come to tech, I'm obsessed with you know, like a good computer, a good tablet, good camera, and so this is a big deal for me because I don't always have the money to put forward to things that I want, and that's usually put toward traveling itself. You know, I've always wanted new things, but instead I'll decide, okay, well, I'd rather have a plane ticket instead of that upgrade for a laptop this year, and I'll make it survive a little bit longer. And so this was the year where this camera was struggling a little bit, and I was like, well, this is the year that I need to cave and get a new one. I financed it with a firm, and just for transparency, they have no affiliation with me. You know, it's not sponsored. It's not a sponsored video either. I'm just being transparent that I didn't buy this outright because I can't afford to. But it's strange because I made one of the biggest purchases in the past 10 years for myself, and then I didn't open the box. And yeah, and that was because of you know, being held back by waiting for the perfect moment to do this, being kind of self-conscious for me and my channel and things I wanted to do, and then you just get fed up. You're like, I'm not creating, I'm not doing, so you sometimes just have to forget the perfect moment and just do it. Now, I know this video hasn't really been a normal unboxing, but it's been a month since this camera's been released, and you don't need a normal unboxing video or a flashy one because there's a million out there. I don't need another one of those as well. I just need an excuse to finally open this box. Finally get over the fact that there is no perfect moment to do things, and sometimes you just have to do things. And now that this camera is open, I can start using it instead of just waiting around to make this video. So if you've sat with me this long, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you just listening to me babble, because normally I just think that everything has to be scripted, and I go over it in my head and I mess up and then I stop the video and never do that video again, or come up with vlog ideas and then I never actually edit them because I don't like myself on the camera, and I'm very judgy. So if you've watched this long, I really appreciate it. This is just an unboxing therapy for myself, and just to get some thoughts out of my head. And now I'm really excited to, put this new tool to use, and really test out a lot of the features that I think can help push me creatively. I have a trip coming up in Baja California in mid-February. I'm going to go back there and shoot a tourism board video for them over 10 days, and during the whale migrations as well. So I'm very excited to kind of take this out and put it through the ringer, and hopefully I won't be waiting for the perfect moment to share those videos with you as well. So again, thank you for sitting with me today while I talk through my head, and I really appreciate it. I would love to know in the comments, if you ever struggle with these types of things, waiting for the perfect moment to do something, even if it's your creative passion. What are some of your struggles? I would love to get some kind of dialogue through that, because I don't talk to a whole lot of people about it, but I really struggle with confidence in doing these types of things. So, I would love to have others share their thoughts and just have that dialogue around it, and I appreciate you all sitting with me today. Stay warm if you're in the East Coast or anywhere that's cold. There's a snowstorm outside that dumped 2 feet of snow here in Rhode Island, but I think I'm going to try to go for a walk and maybe catch some new things on this camera. Alright, have a good one.